Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, today we are going to check out a Blade Show West 2021 exclusive. This is the CJRB Centros. Of course, the Centros is designed by our good friend Dylan Mallery. And there's a caveat, guys. It's not my knife. It's Nellie's knife. I bought it for her because, well, she's a pretty big fan of Dylan. I was going to say Dylan's designs, but she's a pretty big fan of Dylan, and she just happens to like his knives too. But yes, I did end up buying this for her, and she was pretty stoked to get it. But let's take a look at it, guys. I know it is so blacked out down there. The camera was actually having a hard time picking it up. But this is carbon fiber. Man, look at that carbon fiber. I'm trying to get it, see, there it is. Man, that carbon fiber looks so good. Titanium pocket clip, ambidextrous, right or left hand for that pocket clip. Absolutely. Well, since we can see it, I'll just go ahead and show it to you. There you go. S35 VN blade, designed by Dylan Mallery. And this is number 23 of 60. There were only 60 of these made for Blade Show West, guys. And as a matter of fact, as I'm recording this video, there are still some available on the Artisan website. So I will leave a link to that down in the description. If they're sold out by the time you click that link, I'm sorry. There's only 60 of them, but I'm at least going to try to link it and get you there. But yes, indeed, this is a really, really nice looking knife. And like I said, it's so dark, the camera is really having a hard time picking it up, which is really crazy. I've never had that issue with my camera before. Wow. But anyway, dual thumb stud deployment. As I said, you got this PVD coated S35 VN blade. No, guys, I have not used this knife a whole lot. I've used it a little bit, but after my incident with Nellie's Brighten Blades knife, well, if you haven't seen that review, well, I kind of broke it a little bit, but yes, there you go. Dylan Mallery's logo right there. You've got the Centros blade. I mean, guys, it's a Centros. It's just a little bit special of a Centros. Dang, that is a good looking knife. Liner lock, let's see. We're not even going to be close to being able to pick it up on camera, but it is locking up. I would say I'd give it in that 30 to 40% range as far as lockup. Yeah, you can kind of see it, I guess. Not really. No. 30, 35-ish, yeah. Action, pretty darn good. Flies out there on the thumb studs. We are lined up pretty good. I think it's off to the show side just a little bit. But no, nothing wrong. No, doesn't hurt the action or anything. The action is really good. You got your initial drop and a shake, and it goes shut. Very cool. All right, let's talk specs. We'll just give a rundown. I have reviewed the Centros before, but I'll just give you a quick rundown on the specs, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're looking at about 8 1/4, maybe pushing just a hair more than that. Let's see, what do they say? 8.39. So okay. Yeah, it is. It's probably a little more. So we're looking at about 4 3/4 ish on the handle, which is going to give you just over a 3.5-inch blade, and that's pretty much your cutting edge. Is now about 3 5/8 actually on your cutting edge, your blade and cutting edge. So there you go. Pretty decent grip length. There's plenty of grip on this knife. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4, and I mean, there you go. That's how it looks in my 3 3/4-inch hand. As you can see there, I've got a fantastic grip on it, and I have definitely at least another finger's worth of room left over. Centros is a great knife. It fits my hand really, really well. They're given the weight at like 3.3, I believe they said. 3.5, excuse me. We'll do a weight on it real quick. We'll do some size comparisons. I just kind of wanted to show you this knife, guys, because It's a very, very good looking knife. 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. All right, that checks with chart. And here's how it looks with that titanium pocket clip. Man, that pocket clip. Ah, that looks good. I mean, it's just so blacked out, and it's like flat black. That's why the camera, I think, is having a hard time. It's not gloss, it's flat. And then you do have just a little bit sticking out there. But man, I really, really am digging the look of this knife. Size comparisons. Well, all right. Let's get out our PM2. There you go. Make sure we're good focus there. So we're pretty close-ish. I mean, from the pivot forward, we're pretty darn close. Handle, oh, there again, really, really close. Absolutely. As far as overall length, that's a pretty decent comparison. PM2-ish. Then obviously we're going to be a little bit bigger than the bug out because we're PM2-ish size. But here you go, guys. I'm going to throw a couple of these down. This is my original Centros. And then you guys know, well, let's move them up just a little bit more. You guys know I have the special Centros, the micarta, which has been completely blinged out by our good friend BJ Hill. I take any chance I can to show this thing off, man. That acid wash he did on that blade, the liners, the clip, he heat anodized all the hardware, and then he kind of blasted the micarta. Oh, man, that looks so good. But there you go, good guys. That is a pretty darn good looking Centros lineup right there. I will say, guys, my favorite is still probably the micarta, the one BJ did the work to. I mean, he's a great guy. He just does absolutely fantastic work. And yeah, he did a wonderful job on that knife. So the overall, guys, yes, I am definitely a fan of the Centros. It is hashtag pokey stabby. It's got a lot of cutting edge on it. I'm very excited to have this one in the house. We'll say to have it in the house because, well, like I said, it's not mine. It's Nellie's, and I better not take her knife or I will hear about it. No. Now, when I asked Dylan about it, he actually let me pick the number, and I picked number 23, kind of a special number. I was buying it for Nellie. We were married on the 23rd of December, so it's kind of significant. So I just thought that was kind of a cool little connection to have with the two of us. The knife, yeah, well, whatever, you know, I was a little sentimental at the time, I guess. But yes, really excited to have this one. I'm very happy for Dylan and the success he's having. And of course, we're definitely waiting for that Forest to get out here because, man, that is going to be another one. If you guys, aren't familiar, the Forest is his first OEM knife for Mallery Designs. It is the Mallery Designs Forest. It's not a CJRB. It's his brand, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm completely stoked and excited for him. And there was 200 of those. So we'll be having one of those here shortly to take a look at. Guys, like I said, at the time of filming this, these are still available. If you're interested in checking one out, they are still available right now. Like I said, by the time you click on it, I don't know. I can't promise anything, but they're selling right now for $120. They are on sale for $120. Normal price is $160. For this knife, guys, in my opinion, because that's pretty much what we're talking about here, $160 is still not a bad price for this knife. Materials, the exclusivity, there's only 60 of them out there. Yeah, if you're a Centros fan, if you're a Dylan Mallery fan, I don't think $160 is out of the park. $120 is pretty darn good, actually. So, my opinion, agree, disagree, that's fine. That's what makes this so much fun sometimes, as we can actually not agree on things and still love the hobby. So thank you very much, guys, for checking it out with me. Thanks again for Dylan for picking this one out for me. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. As always, guys, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. And until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.